Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with some more Morton Feldman. Oh, boy. On another timbre, which has a whole series of Morton Feldman pieces. This is very exciting, actually. Feldman isn't exactly exciting, but it's interesting and certainly worth hearing. One of his last works, Violin and String Quartet from 1985. That means it's one of his biggies. And indeed, this performance lasts 2 hours and 9 minutes and 6 seconds, if you want to be exact. It's split over 2 CDs. And if you really insist on hearing all 2 hours and 9 minutes, then, in one go, then you can write to them after you buy this, to the label, and they will send you a FLAC file of the entire thing continuously. I don't have any problem listening to it in 2 pieces or getting up and switching the CD around. Like all of Feldman's late music, it's meant to be played very quietly, just gently as possible. So the recording is rather close, so you can adjust the volume to your own comfort level. And it's based on an absolute minimum of material. But it's not minimalist, it's minimal. And you follow the slowly evolving pattern over the course of the work. Now, unlike some of his more popular, dare I say, or well-known works like, Y patterns or crippled symmetry or things like that, which are for very diverse instruments, flute, piano, percussion, where the timbres are highly differentiated. This is all strings. And Feldman is keenly aware. Nobody was more keenly aware than Morton Feldman of the timbral atmosphere, the timbral characteristics of the instruments that he used. The piece seems to be based on almost nothing. Just a couple of notes, A and G, actually, if you want to get technical, which are repeated in different rhythms and different registers by the various instruments. Often the solo violin is detached from the string ensemble, which is sort of squished into the middle registers. But it changes. It changes over time. And how it changes and the way it changes is what the piece is all about. There's no program here, and there's no real sort of, emotional affect. There's something, ominous about the music, I think, something a little spooky or creepy because of its very minimal materials, and because there is contrast, there is tension between the solo violin and the rest of the string ensemble. They do engage in different types of interaction as the work goes on. And Feldman, in his own very, very slow, very, very deliberate way, creates expectation. This expectation is never fulfilled. Nothing ever really, really happens. But that's the tension. The tension is the expectation. That's the point. It's not that there's a payoff at the end. The enjoyment of this feeling of becoming, and how he manages to create tension out of so little and such limited means and such soft dynamics and such generalized timbral similarities between the instruments is, one of the reasons he's a genius. I mean, he was just a great composer. Now, the performance is excellent. It's by a group called Apartment House, which I think is very amusing because here's one apartment where the neighbors would never be complaining. They're staying up too late and playing music. They could be in any apartment house. Nobody would know they're there, basically. And the performers are Mira Benjamin, first violin, Chihiro Ono, violin 2, Amalia Young, violin 3, Bridget Carey, viola, and Anton, there's always one that gets you, isn't it? Anton let's do this. Lukoszevieze. Lukoszevieze. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. He plays the cello. And they are wonderful players. Their intonation is like mwah, beautiful, at least as far as I can tell. They're very, very precise, very concentrated. This is extraordinarily difficult music to play. There are notes and things that get hung on to for minutes on end, and then passages where almost nothing seems to happen, but you have to sustain the thread through the entire work, and it is really something special. I know that it's not going to appeal to a lot of people. It's a specialized niche repertoire, but it is a great music. It is great music. I mean, Feldman was an amazing composer who had a genuine feeling for the kind of things he was creating, trying to do. And his music is brutally honest. It never promises something other than what it is. It never fails to deliver on what it's selling. You just have to accept it and understand it. And if you do accept it, then it's going to be marvelous. When you're in the mood. I mean, I don't go around humming Feldman. I don't play it every day. But it's wonderful to have a series on an important and careful label that allows you to, dip into it at will. There are no notes, just the 2 discs in these little, flimsy packaging things, which drive me crazy. Thank God I have my handy-dandy CD extractors, which will allow me to do it without tearing the tray card to pieces. But the performance is what counts. And in a sense, it's better even not to have notes, because what are they going to tell you? Seriously. You just have to let it happen. Experience it and let it happen. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.